Dattatreya Jayanti. November to December, full moon day of Hindu month of Margasirsa. Dattatreya's birthday is celebrated all over India. One legend has him as the son of Anusuya, an exceptionally devoted and virtuous wife. The wives of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva decided to test her virtue by sending their husbands, disguised as beggars, to ask her to give them alms while in the nude. Anusuya avoided the trap by transforming them into babies and suckling them. When her husband, Atri, returned from his morning bath and discovered what had occurred, he turned them into one child with 3 heads and 6 hands. The wives begged for their husband's return, and when Anusuya restored them to their original forms, they blessed Anusuya, Atri, and their son Dattatreya. On Dattatreya's birthday, Hindus rise early and bathe in sacred streams, fast, and spend the day in worship and prayer. They also meditate on sacred works that include the Avadhuta Gita and Jivanmukta Gita. Recently, Dattatreya is identified with the triad of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, for it is believed that portions of these deities were incarnated in him. He is usually depicted with 3 heads and 6 hands. Dattatreya is a paradigmatic sannyasi, that is, monk, and one of the lords of yoga in Hinduism. In many regions of India and Nepal, he is considered a deity. In Maharashtra, he is a syncretistic deity, considered to be an avatar, that is, incarnation, of the 3 Hindu gods Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, collectively known as Trimurti. In other regions, and some versions of texts such as the Garuda Purana, Brahma Purana and Satvata Samhita, he is an avatar of Vishnu. His iconography varies regionally. In western Maharashtra, for example, he is typically shown with 3 heads and 6 hands, 1 head each for Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, and 1 pair of hand holding the symbolic items associated with each of these gods: rosary and water pot of Brahma, conch and wheel of Vishnu, trident and drum of Shiva. He is typically dressed as a simple monk or almost naked, situated in a forest or wilderness, suggestive of his renunciation of worldly goods and pursuit of a meditative yogi lifestyle. In paintings and some large carvings, he is surrounded by 4 dogs and a cow, which is a symbolism for the 4 Vedas and Mother Earth that nourishes all living beings. In the temples of southern Maharashtra, Varanasi and in the Himalayas, his iconography shows him with 1 head and 2 hands with 4 dogs and a cow. In the Nath tradition of Shaivism, Dattatreya is revered as the Adi Guru, that is, first teacher, of the Adinath Sampradaya of the Nathas, the first lord of yoga, with mastery of Tantra, that is, techniques. His pursuit of simple life, kindness to all, sharing of his knowledge and the meaning of life during his travels is everentially mentioned in the poems by Tukaram, a saint poet of the Bhakti movement. Over time, Dattatreya has inspired many monastic movements in Shaivism, Vaishnavism and Shaktism, particularly in the Deccan region of India, South India, Gujarat, Rajasthan and Himalayan regions where Shiva tradition has been strong. Several Upanishads are dedicated to him, as are texts of the Advaita Vedanta Yoga tradition in Hinduism. One of the most important texts of Advaita Vedanta, namely Avadhuta Gita, literally, Song of the Free, is attributed to Dattatreya. In Maharashtra, an annual festival in the Hindu calendar month of Margasirsa, November-December, reveres Dattatreya, and this is called Datta Jayanti. Life. The mythologies of Dattatreya are diverse and vary by region. In the Puranas, he was born in North Indian hermitage to Anusuya and her husband the Vedic sage Atri, traditionally credited with making the largest contribution to the Rigveda. Another states his father lived in southern India, in the western Deccan region. A third claims he was born in Kashmir jungles near the sacred Amarnath. A fourth legend states he was born along his brothers were Durvasas and Chandra to an unwed mother named Anusuya, after sage Atri saw her bathing, fantasized about her, which caused her to become pregnant. In a fifth myth, sage Atri was very old when young Anusuya married him, and they sought the help of the Trimurti gods for a child. The Trinity were pleased with them for having brought light and knowledge to the world, simultaneously granted the boon, which led Dattatreya to be born with characteristics of all three. While his origins are unclear and traced to inconsistent mythologies, stories about his life are more consistent. He is described in the Mahabharata as an exceptional rishi sage, with extraordinary insights and knowledge, who is adored and raised to a guru and an avatar of Vishnu in the Puranas. Dattatreya is stated in these texts to having renounced the world and leaving his home at an early age to lead a monastic life. One myth claims he meditated immersed in water for a long time. Another has him wandering from childhood, and the young Dattatreya footprints have been preserved on a lonely peak at Girnar, Junagadh, Gujarat. The Tripura Rahasya refers to the disciple Parasurama finding Dattatreya meditating on Gandhamadana mountain. The young Dattatreya is famous in the Hindu texts as the one who started with nothing and without teachers, yet reached self-awareness by observing nature during his sannyasi wanderings, and treating these natural observations as his 24 teachers. This legend has been emblematic in the Hindu belief, particularly among artists and yogis, that ideas, teachings and practices come from all sources, that self-effort is a means to learning.